Hi everyone. So this week we're going to be working with a software that's like Adobe Illustrator, but it's online and free. It's called Vectr, spelled like that. So if you could go to that URL and then click log in, there's a little option on the bottom for a Google login. So you're going to click that because we have our school Google logins, and you're going to log in with your school account and then hit create file. So it should look like this. This square on the white space is kind of your artboard, the equivalent of an artboard, and these are all the tools that you have at your disposal. So it's a little bit more limited than Adobe Illustrator, but it still has a lot of the capabilities. There are layers, and there's also pages. I think adding another page is the equivalent of adding another artboard. Right now we'll just be working with one. So this area, the square, is where we're going to fill in our background. So we're going to take a rectangle and stretch it all the way from one side to the other to fill in the space. And I don't really want this dark green color, so I'm going to go with something, I like pink, so I'm going to go with a light pink. Let's see, it's not really the pink I want. Going down here, actually, I like lavender. We're going to go with lavender. So that is my background shape. So now my background, the whole thing will be purple, and I know what space I'm working with. And then I'm going to try to make a rounded rectangle. This is a terrible color, so we're going to pick something that's not that terrible. So there's an option for a gradient. This is a radial gradient. Radial, just like our mandalas and radial designs, it radiates from the center symmetrically. And in this case, it's a gradient that radiates. So this will be kind of a placeholder. I might change the color later. And you'll notice the bar has one end with one color, and then the other end has black. That shows your two colors that it's making a gradient of. So now I'm adding text with the text tool, and I'm putting my name. So Miss Keller, but that's a little bit small. So we're first going to change the font, and I like the over the rainbow font, so I'm going to go with that. A nice script font. And we're going to change the color. I don't know why it always defaults to this dark yellow nonsense. So I want to do a dark blue. I'm keeping my cool color theme. And now I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm holding shift. Remember how in Illustrator we hold shift when we want to make an object bigger while keeping the same proportions. So I stretched this, but it doesn't change to anything different. And I decided I wanted to make my rectangle a kind of soft white, off-white color. And now I'm going into the pen tool on here. So just like the pen tool in Illustrator, you click and drag to make points and curves. But if you want to undo, you hit Command C. So here I am duplicating, so this is like copy paste. If you do the right click and then duplicate, you can pretty much manipulate shapes just as you did in Illustrator. So I've made a symmetrical shape, a butterfly, and I can pick what the fill of this is by clicking background and picking any other color than that. So I think I want to make this yellow, a nice yellow butterfly. So I'm picking my two shapes, and I want my other wing to be a slightly different color because in real life, a butterfly's wings would reflect different colors. So now it looks like it's three-dimensional a little bit. And now the pencil tool is like the pen tool or the brush tool, but you draw with it. And it makes a single line. And again, you can fill in the background. I'm going to make the middle of my butterfly black. So now I have a little bit of a design going. And I'm shifting around different parts and seeing what other things I can do. So I'm selecting the image, upload image, and I'm picking one of my cat. And that's my cat. So I'm putting that image under my name on the design. So you'll be doing something similar to this. I'm also choosing a border for the image and using the eyedropper tool. So I'm basically making a nice little name tag design for myself. So what you'll do is the same exact thing, but you'll pick your fonts, you'll pick your colors, and you'll make one symmetrical design and include a photo. And here I am just downloading the image. So feel free to go back in the video and go over some parts. And here are the instructions that are going to be scrolling on the screen for how you can do this on your own computer with Vectr. So thank you, and I hope you're all staying safe. See you next week.